Good evening, students. Keeping myself and continuing with with the same discussion wherein I left out. Now here he talks about two kind of knowledge with reference to the perception, and that is the perceptual knowledge that we are discussing. And here you will see that again he is distinguishing between two things that is taking place, and you can see it very clearly. On one side I have got the perceptual knowledge, and this is depending by or knowledge by perception that is taking place on one side. And on the other hand, he is now, when I'm talking about perceptual knowledge, and this is in reference to the substance which is existing in the external world, that is separated from my own body, as compared to the internal perception. He says that yes, there is a particular knowledge which also takes place, and we acquire it via the internal perception. Now when he is talking about the internal perception here, I have seen that Boer, that is Boer, Vatanki and all, I don't know whether they were aware of this thing or not. They say that internal perception here at this case is minus the language. He says that perception is taking place. Now I doubt about how this is going to take place, and they say that there is no language, in the sense that perception is taking place, or maybe it might be at the first level of the perception rather than proceeding further with the next level, or which we call it as the second level of the perception itself. So here they make it very clear that this particular perception is not produced by inference, analogy and verbal communication. Remember this thing very, very clearly, and just mark it out in your memories that yes, when he is talking about internal perception, it is devoid of the language. Perception is taking place, the consciousness is there, the awareness is there. Remember that. However, that awareness, that consciousness is devoid or lacks the communication skill. So that's the reason why when you enjoy let's say a plate of something which you when you are sitting and you're enjoying a lecture, or you watch a movie and you love a particular scene over there and you're unable to express it. Now those are the scenarios where he is talking about the internal perception out here. On the other hand, when he is talking about perceptual knowledge, and that is knowledge by perception, he is saying that this is a complete one, number one, and number two, he says it is immediate. There is nothing which is mediating. And when we are talking about the mediating thing, we will see later on how those differences are coming in and in what manner, and we will understand it. Now when he talks about immediacy, remember he is referring to the sensory experiences completely out here, part of it, and that's why he uses the word interplay of the sensory experiences rather than just the experiences of an eye, or by nose, or by touch, or by by taste, or by hearing. He does not. He says that there is this interplay which is taking place, and that combination of the things is immediate in nature, and this is very important. So remember these two things, and that's why I wanted to make it as a separate video rather than combining it in the same topic wherein I was discussing about it. So here you need to differentiate it, that yes, this was missing in Frege. Now Frege talks about perceptual knowledge. However, he does not talk about the internal perception, that when I'm looking at Venus, am I looking Venus from Hesperus point of view, or as a perspective of the the phosphorus kind of a thing? So which one am I pertaining, or is there a third one? That also we do not know at all, though he could have taken care of it. Being a mathematician and a strong logician also, he could have taken care of it, because majority of the mathematical objects that we are somehow perceive, these are basically at the level of the internal perception first, and then the externality is coming in. So somehow those things are missing in Frege's. When you come over to Russell, when he's talking about denotation, he does not talk about, and later on we will see that apart from this discussion, there is something else which points it out and refers. Now that referring part of it is missing again in I should say Frege and even Russell. Russell also. However, by the time we come to Vishwanath Bhatt, in his book, he is very clearly distinguishing and making it clear to us, telling us that, see, these kind of differences are available for us, both for the external objects as well as for the internal objects also. And even while I'm observing an object which is external to my body, internal perception of it is taking place with the help of sensory organs or without the sensory experiences also. Nevertheless, there is no language, and I cannot communicate those those experiences to the other person at all. So this is something that you need to make sure, and let me come up in continuation with this discussion more on it. Till then, thank you, students. Bye.